the set.
Go 50 to the mic. Cut.
They'll run for the first time here with Brown. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Shaquem Griffin.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on third. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Pulled in at the 24. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. The 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Todd Gurley, his 17th touchdown now on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated. Now Brown, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone. We figured they'd come out with intensity and aggressiveness on the defensive side of the ball, and they have an early turnover to show for it.
They lived up to their reputation. That's who they are. They want to attack on every play, even though they're playing defense. And you're exactly right. Force the early turnover.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Alert, 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 alert.
Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Zebra. Check fake.
Alert.
He's checking. Crash. Zoom. Check 24.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Flushed out right. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. It was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about. But I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this. You have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's who you're looking for.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. A punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
2nd and 4. Over the middle, that's caught by Owens. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down, it's Brown. Stays on his feet, and he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
They'll look to throw here. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
Come on, set. 8, read.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. That false start knocks them back behind the 10 now as they'll try again, 1st and goal. Now it's Brown. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
Brings up 2nd and goal on the Seahawks 1-yard line.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. 2nd and goal from the 1. Now Young. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. But now it's 3rd and goal.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
He can run for it, and he will. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. They come out here in the eye. And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Seahawks have recovered. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a We'll take a break. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. They run. It's Gurley. And some space here. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
On first down, Wilson. This one into the hands of Largent. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. This throw complete, Wilson finding Lockett. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Right there, 56. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. And he slings one that's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Jack. Switch.
Throwing again. Wilson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 14.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Let him know.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Hey, man, watch the boot, watch the boot.
Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. And that's complete to Gates. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is
under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here we go. 50, plant. They're going to need some therapy after this.
On 2nd and 11 now. Young. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on the Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain of right around 30 on a play that began way back inside the 5.
Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he rifles one incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Here we go.
Check 9. 18.
Shit. Watch the shit.
Gun.
Wilson going to throw again. Flush to his right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, 10-0 our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando, have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today. Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From the 35 on second down, Wilson able to find his target here, Largent. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Right there, 56. It's a party now.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Throwing on second down, Young, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. To throw, Young. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This is taken at the 23. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try to add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Check 53, Smart.
One left.
Check 99. Check 99.
Zebra.
Check 37.
Touch 50.
Come on. 53 to Mike. 53. Check.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Following the interception, Young. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Young working out of the gun. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Owens. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
You got it! You got it! You got it!
And now comes the field goal unit on. And, boy, this is asking an awful lot here. Maybe that's an understatement. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. Fielded about a yard deep. Spins away. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now Wilson on first down. This complete to Lockett. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Again, they'll pound it with Lynch. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. He gets it to Gurley, complete. And he's able to get it to the 33, good enough for a 1st down. They have the 1st down with that gain of 4 yards. Wilson now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. Now Wilson operating from the gun. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the 1st half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the 1st target of the 2nd half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
So don't say nothing.
Back to the ground game here. Gurley. A pretty decent gain on the tough run before he's brought down at the 25.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick up the 1st with Gurley. And some room to work. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Todd Gurley, his 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes our score 17-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the 2nd half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. They'll run with McCaffrey. And, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. That'll be caught by Rice. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Then we got to give a little tip of the cap for the defense there. Zone coverage, locked it in tight, made it really difficult because they tried the crossing route against it, and it worked for a completion. But you have to know where the sticks are on 3rd down. Didn't get beyond them. No pickup.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Another carry now for Gurley. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Green 80. Good job right there. Gun.
Check it out, Reed.
Go, 14.
To throw is Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. That's complete to Largent. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 58 yards.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Gurley. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Okay, double up.
Fair.
Watch safety creep.
19.
Safety's creeping. Alert 3. Choker.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Watch the run.
2nd and 5 now. Wilson. And that one's complete to Gurley. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 23-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Here's Brown. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. The Niners on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Young to throw it. But now he's swallowed up and taken down.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Friday.
Watch tight end.
Alert.
Stand up in.
Now it's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Got some real estate inside the 30. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. The gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
It's caught. Lockett. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Your trip is here.
Line 90.
56. Here we go.
Hey, let's go double count right here. Double count.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there. His 14th touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Set. 60 outlaw. No, go.
I'm coming after you.
Go. Get it.
1st down, Young. Looking deep downfield. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Now Gurley. Room here to run. So close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big run there by Gurley. Give him 69 yards on the ground. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation.
Reset.
They'll run for it with Lynch. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
want two.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
They come out with one back and 3 tight ends.
Zero.
2nd down and goal. Wilson, and give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead will swell by one more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
On the ready.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Let's rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. It's Young off play action. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Here's Young. This will be caught by Brown. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the 1st down right near the 24. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle him almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. and never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again, and who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
You got tight.
Snap.
Young throwing on 4th down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Check 53, Mike. Here we go.
Wilson wants to throw it. Down to the right. He gets it to Lockett. Now the Seahawks call. The second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. The 49ers now going to use the first.